Hi, I'm Joni, and today we're making golden prawns. What I have here right now are U15 wild-caught jumbo prawns, and it's from a very sustainable method. So we always want to make sure that our seafood is wild-caught and sustainable and farmed in healthy waters. We really want to make sure of that. So the reason why these prawns are actually called golden prawns is because we use something called turmeric. Turmeric is a spice found in India. It's used a lot as a dye. It's actually used a lot in curries, and this is kind of the color of it. This is what it looks like. Comes in a packet like this. I actually bought this in Toronto, and it's lasted me a very long time. Now with turmeric, it's actually being hailed as the spice that ignites life, the spice that fights almost all diseases. And like I said, it's found in India, and there are so many pharmaceutical companies right now in India kind of digging this up and seeing how they can formulate and pack it. But it's been around for centuries, and you wonder why Indians live to be 90, 100 years old. I really do think it's the vegetarian lifestyle and the use of spices, especially turmeric. Now, turmeric is a very, very good cancer fighter. There's actually one report in the New England Journal of Medicine that says turmeric makes cancer cells combust. So, very important. We're marinating the prawns in our seasonings, and so we're using kind of, these are my staple ingredients. We've got organic shallots, we've got chopped organic garlic, and we've got green onions, organic green onions. Again, I always really stress it's so important to use organic ingredients in your cooking as much as possible. If you really can't find organic ingredients, try to go local. It's still better than what you'll get in these big grocery stores where your food is coming in from, every corner of the earth, every corner of the planet. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that. So today we're going to use limes. I love limes, and I actually tend to kind of lean on the side of limes for citrus toward lemons. Growing up in Guyana, I really didn't have lemons, didn't really know what a lemon was till we came to America and went to a restaurant. People were kind of like dumping lemons in water and going to friends' houses and seeing how their moms used it. But I still stick to the lime today. Another interesting fact about limes is that it actually serves as a way to kind of make your food a little bit more savory without adding that extra salt. So it's a really good trick. If you're, concerned about your sodium or your salt intake, just kind of squeeze some lime juice in there, and it's really, really going to ramp up that flavor and give it a nice extra dimension that you need. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my lime. Again, these are organic limes. And I just kind of wanted to show you a little fun little thing I found today while I was shopping. I found these kaffir limes. And these kaffir limes, if you take a look at it and you notice, they're very small, they're rigid compared to the conventional limes that we find over here in North America. Now the kaffir limes are used a lot in Thai cooking, and I just kind of wanted to, I'm not using the kaffir limes today, but I wanted to show you the difference between the different limes, and there's key limes as well. So again, if you smell it, it's exactly like Thai food. If you're drinking like a tom yum soup or something like that, it smells delicious. It's so much more fragrant than this lime. So you can really understand why the kaffir lime leaf is used a lot in cooking. I'm just gonna, why not, slice it open for the fun of it. So strong. You know what? That would be a really good air freshener. So, I have to say, it does the slime no justice, but nonetheless, that's what we're using today. So, now that we've got our little lime lesson under our belt, I just really wanted to share that with you because I've never seen kaffir limes in Whole Foods before, so exciting. All right, so now we've got our prawns that have been kind of hanging out in this lime juice for about 5 minutes, so it's exactly where we need it to be. We're now gonna work on putting all of the ingredients into the pot. We've got it turned on and using coconut oil. Now again, we use coconut oil because coconut oil is so healthy for you. It's got medium chain fatty acids, and it's a wonderful oil to cook with. I love it. I use it all the time. It's primarily the oil that I use the most to cook with. I used to use olive oil, and then I actually learned that olive oil the properties of olive oil changes, and the fatty acids in olive oil changes when it reaches a high heating temperature. And as you can see right now, we've got kind of our coconut oil hanging out in here, and it's a solid and it's melting. Coconut oil, really, you guys, as this melts, I'll tell you a little story. It's used so much in Southeast Asia. It's used so much in Latin America and other countries. But, there was really sort of like a crusade to sort of ban coconut oil and over here in North America. And really, you can kind of research it, but it kind of goes back to economic times. There were a lot of farmers in Southeast Asia that were sort of put out of work because there was this whole marketing campaign that if you have a solid fat, it's bad for you. It's completely wrong. So again, another way that marketing and these guidelines can really trick you, so you have to sort of do your own research and really find out. It's actually a really healthy oil. My grandparents used nothing but coconut oil, and my grandpa lived to be 96 years old. So that's enough for me. Now that this is actually all heated up, I'm going to put the prawns that have been marinating in the lime juice into this hot pan. You're going to kind of hear it sizzle for a minute. So here we go. Exactly where we want it to be. Sauteing, getting it going. So this is just a little appetizer portion that I'm doing. There's about 12 prawns in here. So now that that's marinating in here, I'm putting in garlic, putting in shallots. And if you notice, I didn't put them in the beginning because I kind of wanted them to have a little bit of a consistency and not be fully cooked all the way through. So we've got all of this marinating in here now. Our shallots, our garlic, our green onion. I'm going to add a little salt right now. As we all know, salt releases water. So it's always kind of good to add salt early so that your liquid can kind of dry right back up. Now, as that's kind of marinating in here in the pot, sauteing, I'm just going to squeeze a little more lime over that. Got my trusted spoons here. So for about, I'd say this is about a little more than half of a pound of shrimp. I'm going to use about a half of a teaspoon of turmeric. Smells delicious. I can see that the shrimp is turning a golden sort of pink color, and now we sprinkle our turmeric right over it. This is what gives it that kind of golden sunrise color. Remember the movie The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy? I always think about that for some reason when I'm doing this dish. I don't know why. Call me kooky. And so now we're sauteing it, and it just looks absolutely delicious. It smells wonderful. Kind of want to let it hang out. This is a dish that we're not going to cover. It's really a quick saute. Shrimp does not take that long to cook at all. And I'm going to just kind of put this right back over here. So now we've got our coriander. And with our coriander, I'm just going to do a little rough chop with it. And we kind of just want to keep it loose, hang out. There's one little guy in here who's not turned over. Turn him over. Now we've got that hanging out in there. Really nice. Here is the secret touch. Here's the kicker. You could use Scotch bonnet. You could use whatever chili peppers you want. But cayenne, just the capsicum, the pepper itself, is such a good ingredient for you. It's a detoxifier. It helps with your blood. I actually read somewhere that one of my heroes, Hillary Clinton, bites into hot pepper every morning, and it's really a great detoxifier for you. It's wonderful for your skin. So these are these little chili peppers that we've gotten from Guyana, from my little country. It's called the wiri wiri pepper. It's really spicy. So I'm just going to put a little dash of that in there. You can see I just use a little corner of it, and I just kind of save it because they're hard to come by for the next time. So I've got that one little guy in there. Just one little pepper is going to do wonders for this entire dish. All right, so now we've got our pepper in here, and it really depends on the heat level, kind of how much spice you like. And as you can see with this pepper here, I just used that much of it. You can put the whole thing in if you want. You can take the seeds out and put the whole thing in. The seeds, of course, makes it hotter. I like to enjoy my food and taste my food. You know, I know some people who just love to taste the spice first, but that kind of overpowers it for me. And you really just need a little bit in there to sort of get your taste buds going. So we've got our shrimp. and we don't want to really like kind of overcook it. That's it, you guys. It's completely finished. I'm going to get a plate. We're going to sort of plate this up here and see what this looks like. Again, this is a really quick and simple dish. It's really easy to make, and it is so nutritious for you because, again, you've got garlic, shallots, onions. What's garlic used for? It's a wonderful antiviral and antibacterial. The same with shallots, the same with green onions. So we've kind of got our prawns here. It's a little messy, isn't it? But take a look at it. And it's just delicious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have myself a little bite. And Sophia, you're going to have to come around here and try this with me. Let's get another fork.
Come around.
Okay. So there, let's give you a bigger piece. So here we go. Cheers.
That is so good.
Is it good? Too spicy?
No, the spice is perfect. It just gives it a good kick.
Right. Actually, you can also just kind of put a little lime juice over it afterwards to sort of add that extra. And there we have it. We're good to go. So this is a really simple dish. My uncle from Pakistan, who comes over once in a while, my uncle Dilshad, they live in Karachi. So they're right by the water, and they boast about the best seafood all the time. And he came over, and I made this for him. The plate was gone. I actually had to go make some more so that the other people could have some. So I hope you make it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you think of me, and I hope you think of yourself when you make this meal, because it's doing your body good, it's doing your family good. And guess what? If you make it, you'll be a hit with your friends and your family.